What's up, guys? It's Jim with Awaken TCG, bringing you guys another One Piece TCG simulator video. Today, we are going to be trying out the deck that has been taking the East by storm recently, and that is going to be the new Wano-based Perona build, or how a lot of people have been calling it, Samurai Perona. Basically, this list takes advantage of a lot of the new Wano stuff that has been added to the game semi-recently in EB and OP07. And pretty much just draws like crazy every turn while being able to remove pretty much any body that ever is put in its way. Very control-oriented. You never really have to swing it face, since if they play a body, Perona can just rest it and attack and do it anyway. But let's go ahead and take a look at this list before we go ahead and try it out. So first up here, let's look at the Wano stuff. So we have the Momonosuke Searcher. Obviously, everybody knows this one from OP01. This, you're going to rest, search up any of your Wano cards. Not much to talk about there. Next up here, really important card. It is the Otama 2K. Another new searcher added in OP07. Fantastic searcher. You can search any Wano card, and it's also a 2K. So this is really great, and it's the reason why this deck is going to actually work. Also, main reason why we're running Wano is because we can search Ryuma. People have known Ryuma has always been like the best card to play in Perona, so now it's completely searchable, and obviously run it as a 4 of, and KO anything 4 or more with cost reduction. And next up here, we've got our 2K Izos, pretty much just a searchable 2K. That is literally the only reason we run this. We actually do run a total of 4, 8, 12, 15 2Ks. So that's like a lot of 2Ks compared to your average deck. But the reason we do that is because basically we're playing these 2Ks out a lot. These are cards we're playing out. They're not just 2Ks. So we need to run extra for the ones to actually use in hand for counter. But that is basically why we're running so many 2Ks, just because we're playing out like the Surus, especially the Otamos, a lot of the time. So last up in the Wano package, we have 4 of You Can Be My Samurai, a card from OP01 that if you have not been watching the meta recently in OP07, you probably don't know what does. So this is pretty much a 1-cost event. You're going to rest 2 of your characters and draw 2 cards. So the reason why this is so good is because it is searchable. And also, we're playing a ton of cards like Otama and Suru on board that we are not doing anything with. So after these are on board just sitting there. Now You Can Be My Samurai turns into a 1-Don draw 2. Very, very, very strong. And last but not least, one of the best Wano cards we're running is going to be the Kozuki Hiyori in EB. This one, basically, the only actual target we're playing off of this is going to be Ryuma. I've seen a lot of lists running the 5/7 Vanilla, the big pig boar guy. But we are not running that one in this build. There are other builds with that. This one basically is going to be great to bring out off Moria, right? Because we can play Moria, bring out a 4 cost. We can bring out this Rested, plus a Toy Soldier or a Suru. Subtract something's power by 2 to 3, plus leader effect if we need to rest it, or get a little bit more power reduction in there. And then we can actually just send this back to trash, play out Ryuma, KO whatever it was, and a draw card, because she does draw a card after she does her effect. So really, really strong. Moria, 9K that draws this card and KO something. Really strong combo in this deck. Now that we talked about Moria, let's go into the rest of the cards in this deck. Let's talk about Sabo. Is pretty much just 5/6 blocker. He is for any black decks in the meta. Obviously, this card's insane, and without Sakazuki in the picture, Sabo's like pristine in OP07 right now. So 4 of this card and none less for sure. And as for our other 2Ks, we already talked about Suru a bit. Sometimes we'll play this out. Say we're playing against an RP Law and they play a 5-cost kid. If you play this onto the 5-cost kid, you can just rest it for free with leader and then do whatever Ryuma play you need to do to take it out. Toy Soldier is pretty much the same gist, except instead of -2, it's -3. Really, really solid. And we can actually play it on board, do the Samurai if we have another target, draw 2, and then activate this guy's effect to send it to trash. And we also have Inupe is great because if you've seen, we do have a lot of large cost bodies like Dofi, Stussy, Sabo, and Moria. Basically, this is our only way to find them, and this is also our only way to filter them out of hand when we have too many. Great card in this deck, also able to be brought back off Moria. Next up, we've got Stussy. This is pretty much for the yellow matchup. If they drop anything big, like Enel just dropped an ace, okay, now we can play this on the board, KO an Otama or a Suru, and kill it for free. Great card there. Dofi's just here for the one time. Sometimes this card's good, but most of the time it's not amazing. But there are perfect board states for this guy, and the one of is just really good in certain matchups. Last up here, probably our second best big body is going to be the new Secret Rare Sabo from OP07. This card is great specifically against a red-purple Law. So for the fact that it KOs a 5 and a 3, with this leader, obviously we can get a free -1 to one of their 4 costs, bringing it down to 3. So now we're KOing a 5 and a 3 with this guy on play, and they cannot do anything to counter it. So if they have a 5-cost kid, and they have, say, a 4-cost kid and killer, that is a free double KO. Obviously you need to trash a card, but really, really strong. And last but not least, the only card we have not talked about yet is the Wano Borsellino. Pretty much just a way to ensure we don't lose in some scenarios. If we have him in trash and all we have in hand is a Moria, we can bring out a blocker at the last second. That is pretty much the only reason I'm running this. If you don't run it, I would completely understand. But that is going to be the deck list, guys. It's been doing really good in Japan. Taking a lot of flagships, and people are calling it the counter to Red Purple Law, which is most likely the reason it's been showing so strong. But anyway, let's get into some gameplay. And it looks like we're actually going to be going up against Gecko Moria. We're pretty much always taking second on this deck, to be honest. It just works perfectly with our curve, and this is a fantastic starting hand. So we're going to definitely keep that. And he's going to go first, which is his curve, but I do like going second with this deck in general, so... Could play Momo, but I think I would rather just play Inupe. Makes a little bit better use of my Dawn. We're going to get rid of the Hiyori, since we always want these in trash for Moria. And we are also going to get rid of the Izo, I think. You have a lot of 2Ks in this deck, so you really don't have to be afraid to trash them. And at this point, 5 cards in hand. If he does have a Perona, that is fine with me. There it is. A lot of sim players love dropping the Perona. It's like their favorite card to use. Guess I'll get rid of the Sabo for now, and I'll take that. We get another Momonosuke in hand. And now we get the You Can Be My Samurai. So you're going to see this card in action. I'm going to use 1 Dawn for Otama, 2 Dawn for Momonosuke, and another Dawn for You Can Be My Samurai. So at this point, we are just going to attack into lead. I mean, I could attack into the Perona, but I really don't want to repeat effect. I really do not want to trash any more cards. Usually you would just rest this and attack into it pretty much every single time, but for this certain instance, I'm really not into it. And basically, whenever you see Ryuma, you grab it. That's like the rule with this deck. So playing Otama here, draw a Hiyori, that is our only target, and then we'll use You'll Be My Samurai, rest Otama and Inupe, and draw 2 more. So that was a pretty great turn for us, and that is pretty much going to be what this deck is doing, like, every turn in the early game. Now he has to attack into these guys, because if I have more You Can Be My Samurais, it's just another 1 for 2 draw. Very, very strong. And if he does have another Perona, that is going to be a little annoying. There is no doubt about that. But he has attacks into my board here, and he also has an Absalom in trash already. So definitely can just like KO the Momonosuke and stuff if he really wants to. But if he does KO the Inupe, which is great about this card, it can just cycle me, which is really good in this deck. Do have the Stussy in hand currently, which is like, I think okay in this matchup. I don't have too much experience. I've just been playing this for like the past couple days. But against Moria, obviously you can take out an 8 cost with this, which is solid. And obviously it's not that easy to kill. This Moria does seem like he's running Stussy, which is interesting. I don't know if they all run that. But obviously that would be a pretty good counter to take this card out. So we're going to be on 6 Dawn next turn. I'm probably just dropping a Momonosuke into a Hiyori Ryuma. If you have Hiyori in hand, you always just, and a Ryuma, you always just want to do Hiyori into Ryuma. There's really no reason just to play Ryuma, because it's basically just going to get you more cycle through your deck. It's like the same, you know, same difference type of thing. So it looks like he's going to trash a Perona. Yeah, he's just going to go for the complete trash cards out of hand. We're going to give him a 2K and a 1K, I think. We just don't want to deal with those anymore. Those are very annoying. And at this point, if we can put ourselves in 4 cards in hand, he can't just like do that willy-nilly anymore. So we're going to swing 5 at this Perona. He'll probably just give, I guess, if he wants to reuse the effect. Yeah, he's going to do that. So we're going to go ahead and play the Momonosuke, searching out another Ryuma, which is what we love to see. Now we're going to rest this one, and then we'll go ahead and actually... Oh yeah, we are going to play the Hiyori, and then trash, put this, draw another card, and on him. Now with 4 cards in hand, he cannot do the Perona BS anymore. And on 7 Dawn, he can also not drop a Moria. So, solid spot here. He can swing with the Sindri into the Momonosuke, which is a little annoying, but it's really not that big of a deal. We're going to go start getting into our Moria turn soon here. Unfortunately, do not have any cost reduction in trash. You'd either, at this point, want a Suru or a Toy Soldier at this point in time. Unfortunately, as we can see, we do not. So, but we do have the Hiyori, which is good, with a Ryuma in hand, which means we can bring out the Ryuma, KO whatever we need. So he's going to get rid of that Momonosuke, which pretty much expected. And at this point, I'm really unsure what he's going to do. Maybe he will cost reduce KOR Ryuma. But at that point, I could just trade into Sindri, which isn't too bad for me. Because now I do not have to attack into it. But he's going to think about this turn. This is definitely not an easy turn. If he does have a Sabo, I'm not going to lie, that's a little bit annoying. In that case, I might do a little bit of a different play next turn with like Momonosuke and Samurai. Yeah, Moria players on Sim very much are going to shut down when they can't just Perona your hand. There we go. We get a hog back. Probably going to grab a Moria, I guess. Or maybe, yeah, he has a Moria in there. So probably going to grab that if he didn't already have one in hand. He's going to send back Tempest Kick and send back Stussy. Both cards he cannot make use of while they are in trash. And then most likely just going to use the leader effect from here. And with a 6k swing, we don't have a 2k in hand, so we'll just choose to take that. Probably going to play an Absalom, KO Anupe, I guess? Like, that's not a terrible play, but... Oh no, he's going to actually drop another Hogback. Interesting. And this time, looks like he's probably going to grab a 2k if I had to guess. Waiting and waiting. Send back a Tempest Kick. Probably going to send back... Interesting, he's running Stage. I don't know if that is like something Moria's run now. At least from the list I've seen, I don't think so. Looks like he ended up trashing that. And what did he grab? He grabbed a Perona as we thought, and we'll choose to take that, getting another Moria into hand, which is very nice. So at this point, we are just going to attack into board. We'll go 3 into 2. He'll probably just give us that. And then at this point, we will go 5, 6 to lead, and then just KO one of the Hogbacks here. And we can actually bring out a standing Momo, which is really good, because if he doesn't deal with it, we can just get free searches next turn. Another great thing with Moria in this deck. So with 5k, he's really thinking about this one. Be my guest. But I don't know if there's a whole lot to think about here. Just give me a 1k, right? Yeah. Go 6 at lead. He can now bring out Rebecca off Moria, which is a little annoying, but this deck is not Luchi, so he can't Rebecca Luchi, which is very good. Going 6, he chooses to take. We know he had a 2k in hand, so he's just going to take that. And at this point, we are going to rest this Hogback. Play out the Moria. We will play the Momo active and the Hiyori rested over the Otama. Now activating Hiyori effect, we will trash her, bring out the Ryuma, and KO that while drawing a card. So that is the combination there that we're doing a lot with Moria. And with another Ryuma in hand and another Moria, we can actually cycle it again next turn. And search with Momo for 1 and do a You Can Be My Samurai again for another draw. So that is like the main thing with this deck. It has like pretty much infinite draw. With a 5k swing, we're going to play around a Perona here, so we'll give him a 1k. Do not want him to take, and with another 5, I unfortunately think I have to give him Otama here. I don't want to go too low. I think he's going to drop probably like an Ice Age on Moria into a... Does he have a Luchi in trash? He does, so probably something like Ice Age. Oh no, he actually drops a Stussy. I don't like Stussy in this deck because now we're like... now we're KOing Hogbacks and stuff, which just doesn't sound any good to me. At this point, I do not have a way to KO Stussy. I would need a Toy Soldier in trash to bring her down a bit. And then Sewer would bring her down by 2. So that's down 5 by 4. I would have enough. That is why we want Toy Soldiers in trash at this point. But we actually haven't even seen one all game. So completely fine. And at this point, we're just going to start swinging. Let's do Momonosuke effect first. That's a whiff. Wow. That is really unfortunate. Okay. No good there. Let's just go ahead and go 5 at lead. See what he does. Go another 6 at lead. Gives us a 2K. Go another 6 at lead. And he's probably going to choose to give us that Perona or just take, I would guess. 2 1Ks. Interesting. Did he give us that Perona earlier? I'm assuming he did, or else there's no way he would have done that. So we're going to bring out the Hiyori. Most likely. Yeah. Hiyori over... Hiyori over you. Bring out another Momonosuke over you. I should have brought Hiyori out rested. That was a misplay on my part. Yeah, so this should be opposite because I just... Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I was going to rest her anyway, but we'll do this and then we'll just choose to bring out this guy, drawing another one. So now just a whole lot of bodies on board for him to deal with. And with 3 cards in hand, that is going to be by no means easy to do. 4 Ryumas, we can probably go for game next turn with with the amount of cards he has in hand. And with another Moria in hand, we can cycle out some fun cards next turn as well, once again. The only thing with resting the Moria off of the You Can Be My Samurai there is obviously he can now swing into it with Stussy. But if he wants to attach a feud on and do that, you know, by all means, go right ahead. At this point, he's really thinking about this turn. Another reason why I don't like Stussy, he's going to go 5 at lead. I guess I'll just take that. And like, if he wants to go at leader again, he can do that. I just don't want him to swing into my Moria. That is pretty much it. Because if I counter out of that, I have less counter to counter into Moria when he swings there. However, if he's just planning to go leader and blocker up, I might be in a little bit of a scary spot, but not exactly the end of the world. We do have a lot of draw power in this hand. And if he doesn't get rid of Momonosuke, that's another free draw as well. Honestly, would like to draw Stussy here. I mean, my board is pretty full, so I'd have to get rid of something I don't really want. He's going to play a Thriller Bark into a... Interesting... I don't really understand that play. So it's rest 1 and then play a Thriller Bark with cost of 2 or less from trash. So chooses to play this Sindri, building trash more. Probably for a Moria incoming, if I had to guess. He did grab it earlier, and I don't see it in trash. So he's going to go 6 at that. We will choose to do that. We'll resolve and then KO the Sindri. Not bad there. Honestly, you usually never get Ryuma's on KO effect because effects your opponent can play around are honestly like never going to go off. If he has a blocker to bring out, he'll probably do that. He does have Rebecca, so I'm assuming that's what he's going to do. Great thing about Perona is we really just don't care about that. We can just go ahead and rest it for free. And now, the fact that he didn't swing at leader is actually pretty good because... Now we can kind of just go for board if we want. And, oh, he's actually going to go Luchi. That is really, really risky. So he's going to take out the Ryuma and the Momonosuke most likely here. And then I'm probably just going to counterattack into his board is the plan. Now sending cards to trash. We will KO this Suru. Just because we can. And then at this point, we don't have enough cards to actually end the game. Oh, but the Sabo draw is very, very nice. So with this, we can actually get rid of his whole board. So go 9 at Stussy, I think. Let me think here. I think we'd rather go 10, actually. Because... let's just go 9, actually. Because if he wants to give us the 1K, he can give us the 1K. Yeah, he doesn't have it. So at this point in time, his board is pretty much dead. I could bring this down to... yeah, and then I could KO this guy. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and... oh, wait, actually I can't KO both. Because I either... ooh, that's a little rough. Okay. Let me think here. Again, no cost reduction in trash, which is really, really rough. I think we're better off KOing Moria here. Sorry, this is a little bit... I could have an obvious play right in front of my eyes that I'm not doing. But if I do, I apologize. Let's see. Let's just go Suru on Moria because I think that is the one we're going to want to kill. And then let's go ahead, drop a Samurai. We do get a Borsellino, which doesn't really do much. So at this point, what can I bring out of trash? I can bring out a Ryuma. I could bring out a 2K Otama to search, which wouldn't be too bad. I think that's the play we're going to go for. So we'll just go ahead and cost reduce this guy. Swing 5 at lead. And at this point, oh, I keep forgetting I do not have, no. Then we're just going to do this. We will trash Moria because we do not, we want as much counter in hand as we can. And at this point, he can go for game, but it's a little risky considering I have 4 cards in hand. But that might be his only play, truly. At this point in time, my board is just way better. And if he's only going 9, I'm just going to counter out of that. Yeah. That's actually my whole hand. He should have gone way more than that. But completely fine with us. He has no rush cards, so we don't have to worry about any of them. I think he should have gone, he could have gone 10 and then 11. 10, 11 probably would have been better. Then he was going to go 9, 12. Yeah, you'd rather go 10, 11 there. So he'll play a new payout of this event. I guess that's decent value. I don't exactly agree with the play, but I mean, at this point in time, you need to find anything you probably possibly can. You can't play that Moria now. And then I guess he's going to swing at Ryuma, which actually gives us a free kill into Luchi, which is really great for us. Oh no, he'll swing into one of the bigger ones now that he knows I have no cards in hand. He's actually going to use leader effect. Wow. Bringing out what exactly? Hogback? I guess. He gets rid of... that makes sense, I guess. He gets rid of a non-counter for a counter. And at this point, it's pretty much just swing for the fences. And he grabs a Perona. We expected that, so we will choose to take that. Obviously, we don't have a choice. At this point, we can actually clear his whole board. So we can go for game or clear board, actually. Huh. It's a tough choice, it really is. But unfortunately, I think I have to go for game, so we're going to go ahead and go 7 at lead. He takes, we'll go 9 at lead. If he counters out of this, I think, yeah, that's going to be game. Okay. And that is 9 on Perona. You cannot beat 14, GG. And it looks like we're going to be going against a black Luchi here. honestly, not gonna lie, I've never played this matchup, but I imagine it's not the greatest. Luchi's pretty versatile, but this is a pretty solid starting hand, so we do get the Otama off of the Momonosuke, so really solid there. He's swing 5 at Momo most likely. Yeah, we'll give him that. And pass. Fine with us. Let's play an Otama. Find a Ryuma. Let's play another Otama. We find the Samurai, which is exactly what we wanted. We will rest both. And we will swing 6. So that is the type of thing you can do in this deck. That was literally a draw 4. And now I have 2 bodies on board. He kind of has to deal with. We're going to counter out of this one here. And most likely he'll play a Sabo, I would guess. Oh, he's going to play a T-Bone. That one I didn't see coming. Interesting. I think we're just going to go ahead and play the Suru right now. Subtract its yeah, we'll subtract its cost and then we'll just KO it. So let's go ahead, swing 6 at leader. It's gonna choose to take. We'll do Suru, rest with leader effect. We'll play out the Hiyori, trashing Hiyori, playing out Ryuma, and getting the KO. I should draw into the Momonosuke. Maybe I would have played that instead of attaching one more. But you live and you learn. So I do want cost reduction in trash. So if he swings 6, I'm definitely giving this this toy soldier for sure. And yeah, it's going to be easy for us. 6 on, he's going to play a Helmeppo, very interesting, into a Rob Luchi. KOing 2 of our cards here, which is completely fine. And at this point, we're just going to kill his Luchi. Our hand is actually pretty solid, so we will rest this. We'll go 5 at leader. And the good thing about this, we can actually bring out either a toy soldier or a Momonosuke. So I think I'd rather bring out a toy soldier just because it's harder to get rid of. We'll bring out the Hiyori and a toy soldier. We can bring out a Momonosuke, which is just a little annoying to deal with. But I feel like he's going to KO it too easily. Let me leave this in trash. I'll play a Momonosuke active and then a rested Hiyori. Now we activate Hiyori effect, draw from hand, and play a Ryuma. So really good turn there. That is what we're doing with this Moria, and now he has to deal with another Momonosuke on board, which is not fun at all. So he'll go 5 at lead. We'll definitely just take this one. We've been countering all game. Playing the Shirahoshi here, that is definitely not a card I ever see in this deck. And he's going to play that into a Luchi. So probably just going to KO the Luchi this next turn. We do have the Ryuma in hand, so we will go ahead and do that. We'll rest it, swing into it, try to get some counter out of hand. We'll see if he actually does anything about it. Looks like he's going to give us a 2K. You love to see that. Swing another 6. He's going to give us the blocker. Great for us. And at this point, we are just going to do Momonosuke, Ryuma, and draw. So looks like we'll draw into another Momonosuke. We have enough for another Momonosuke into this. That is 3. Yeah, so gonna draw off of this one here. We draw into another Otama. That's very nice. Then we'll play the Ryuma, KO this guy, and then do the Samurai, draw 2. Very, very good turn there as well. Now we do have double rested Momonosuke, and he does have a Suru to swing into it with, but I think I'm going to be a little bit of a cheeky fuck, and I'm going to counter out of it, so he needs to now attack with his leader into the Momonosuke, which he probably does not want to do. And he's going to cost reduce here. Tendon, I don't think this deck plays any Tendon cards unless he is playing a weird list, so by all means, he could be playing like a 10 cost Kuzan, which I, at this point, wouldn't really be surprised about. Not in a great spot here since we don't have any of our big guys. No Morias, no Stussies, no Dofi, no Sabo is a little rough. But at this point with Tendon, oh, he's actually going to surrender. That's a crazy hand. Okay. All right, and that is going to be the game. And for our last game here, it looks like we're going to be going against a green Bonnie. So I actually don't really know this matchup as well. I have mostly played against RP Law, some black decks. But we do have a decent starter here. We do get the Otama, which is very nice. We'll pass back into him. So now he can, I guess he could swing with his Bonnie into Momonosuke if he really wanted to. That wouldn't be the worst play of all time. But for 3 Dawn, I don't really think this deck plays anything on that cost line. So he's probably just searching with Bonnie. Yeah. Alright, and we took the 7 attack there, so we're just going to go ahead and search with this. We do find the Ryuma, which is very nice. Going to attack in the Bonnie here. Don't want that card doing any more searching for sure. And at this point, we're probably just doing Otama into Momonosuke and drawing more. We do go into another Ryuma. And the next Momonosuke is going to draw into either another Ryuma or a You Can Be My Samurai. And at this point, I think I have enough Ryumas. I'd rather draw into this. Now on 5 Dawn for him, he can do something like a, I guess, 1 Dawn into a Rouge, which wouldn't be too bad. We'll give him a 2K. And then probably going to play the Rouge, and there it is. The great thing about that is we can just rest him. So let's search with the Momonosuke's first. We can search with 1. We probably want to search with 1, play out Hiyori Ryuma, and then, yeah, we'll do that. So we'll search into another Momonosuke. And let's just go 5 at a Rouge. If he gives, he gives. That is fine. We'll just go ahead and play Sabo instead. We were not planning to search with this Momo anyway, so not tripping there. He's going to give. And then at this point, we are just going to play a Sabo. Trash one of these, and we will trash a... I think we want the Stussy in hand. They're really powerful in this matchup. So we'll get rid of a Hiyori and then pass back to him. So at this point, we're in a pretty good spot. Obviously, we have a board that he needs to deal with, and he does not have the bodies to actually do that. We're going to remove pretty much anything he plays with Sabo next turn. He'll go 5. We'll just give him an easy block. And then there is the Basil Hawkins. We actually can't remove that. That is one of the only cards we can't get rid of. So one of the reasons it's going to be very annoying, no doubt about that. So let's just start searching it up. He cannot do anything about this, especially if he will not be attacking with Hawkins. Play this out. And then we can search again with this. I guess we'll search again with Otama. We'll grab a Samurai, draw 2 more. We now have 13 cards in hand. And then at this point, we'll just swing big with Sabo, honestly. Because this card's getting rested anyway, you might as well swing 10 rather than 9 with Lear, right? At this point, he can block double 2K, I guess, but like, we don't really care about that. Yeah, so he's gonna take. And let's hope he gives us some targets to actually KO next turn. Would like a Moria in hand. But obviously, if we keep searching with these Momonosuke's and stuff, it's not going to be easy to find. One of the only downsides with continual Wano searches is if you don't already have like Morias and stuff in hand, it's going to be really annoying. So that's going to be an easy 1K for sure. Let's see if he actually swings with the Basil. Leaving up 9 Dawn. Oh, leaving up 8 Dawn actually. I guess he's going to drop a kid. We'll just kill that, I guess. He's going to do an X-Drake. KO one of the Momonosuke's. Interesting play. Into a Dellinger, getting another one active. So that's fine with us. We actually can perfectly KO both of these with Sabo. So we'll probably just... Yeah, this is a really good turn for us. So we're going to rest Momo, grab a 2K, do this, Otama rest, double draw. We will swing 6 with Sabo. Let's see if he decides to block. Hopefully not. I think he will, just because obviously we have no more attacks. Still no Morias either. So then now we will drop the Sabo. We have a lot of cards in hand. Let's trash an Izo. Or no, we'll trash Hiyori. We'll get rid of these two. Pass to him. Now we need to start getting big bodies on board or this game's never going to end. So we need to somehow find the Morias, even if it means playing this 2-cost Inupe out. So we'll go 6 into Sabo. Definitely just give him a 1k for that, or maybe even a 2k. We'll give him one of the Momonosuke's out of hand. When you have this many hands in, this many cards in hand in Sim, it's kind of hard to deal with it. And the great thing about this Hawkins is, sure, you can get like a 7k block every turn, but you're never swinging into my board. All you're going to have is leader. There's an X-Ray, going to KO the Momonosuke, free up some space for me. So we always appreciate that. And at this point, my hand, I actually really don't have a lot to do with it. Let's organize this just because there's a little bit too many in hand at the moment. So we'll go ahead and rest this guy. Just don't want him blocking if we don't have to. And we'll probably just play a Stussy this turn, I'm guessing. So it's going to be a 9k swing. He'll probably just use leader effect, rest Sabo, which is fine. Oh, he's rest leader. That was wrong. And then we will go 1 here. Go 1k to 1k. If he wants to counter out, be my guess. And then we're actually just going to play a Stussy. So he said to give us a 2k for that. I don't know if that was right. So we'll end up trashing this and we'll KO. Is this active? Oh, no, it's only rested, so he can't even save it with Rocinante. And there it is. At this point, I guess a kid could be a little annoying, but like we have 2 big guys on board that are just going to give us some big swings. And we get a Restor blocker for free, so not much to worry about. I could even play an Izo into a Suru, rest both of these guys and swing into it. Now it's a little scary because if he does play a Zoro, we're in a bit of a tight spot because I don't have a Stussy in hand to get rid of it anymore, and there is the Zoro. We do get a Moria though, so that is pretty good. I think we can actually kill it. Do we have cost reduction in here? We do. So it's going to be -4 with 2 Surus, the one in here and the one in hand. So that's going to put it down to 5. We actually need to drop 2 Surus, unfortunately. Oh, is this a bug? Look at that. Why is it still attached? Well, that's a bug. Now we only have 9 Dawn to work with. That sucks. We actually can't kill it in that case. Wow. We just lost to a bug. That is unfortunate. Okay. Damn. Alright then. Rest is blocker. Does this at least like buff? No? Oh. Can I spin this Dawn? No, it says I only have 9. Huh. That's not good. Well, I mean, I guess we'll search first. I guess we can. Well, we don't want to rest our blocker. Play Moria. And then we'll just play the Hiyori over the Otama. Nothing else. Trash, draw, KO this, and there it is. Yeah, that sucks. That wow, we would have KO'd that Zoro if this bug didn't happen, unfortunately. I think Batsu actually said he's going to update the sim very soon because he messed up with that bug for sure. And with 3 9Ks on board and 1 life, he's pretty much dead next turn. There's no way he's killing us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2Ks. So give him 1 2K there. We want to get him to swing with Hawkins is the main thing. We'll take a 9. He's gonna restand it, so his biggest swing is gonna be a 9K, which we aren't scared of. He'll go 8. We'll take. I mean, I don't know. Was that an obvious bait? Could have been an obvious bait, but it doesn't really matter because he can't kill us. Take. He's actually going to choose not to. Oh no, he uses that in that order. Interesting. So now he's going to pass. Very weird. We'll swing 9. And we are down 1 Dawn, unfortunately, due to this bug. But that is probably fine. We'll go another 9. He shouldn't have taken life with Hody. That wasn't it. That was not the play. Now this is 3 more cards out of hand. Thanks. Alright, and that is going to be the game. Oh wait, I just realized he has a Hawkins. That was the biggest misplay of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for bearing witness. But funnily enough, I don't think we die this turn. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I just completely blanked on the fact he had Hawkins. I actually could have played a Suru and rested it for free, which is hilarious. We'll give him double Suru there. At this point, he needs 2 of these to hit, so we need a counter out of 2. So we'll take the first one. Always take the first one. And I don't know if we can counter out of both, unfortunately. Yeah, we cannot. Yeah, we trolled for sure. Don't do that, guys. We had a guaranteed lethal, and we managed to screw it up. So that was fun. Let's go ahead and get into the outro. And that is going to be the video, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry about that last misplay. I just completely brain farted, so feel free to tear me up in the comments. But I think that was still a good showing, even that last game. Obviously, we suffered from a bug where we were playing with 9 Dawn towards the end of the game there. But we still were going to win if I didn't completely troll that one. So, pretty good deck here, guys. Not going to lie. Didn't get to play against any RP laws today, but that is one of the better matchups from what I understand. I could be wrong. I'm not completely familiar, but all I know is this deck is really fun. As you saw today, if you do like drawing cards, this is like the perfect deck for you. Really fun. The Wano stuff is actually not bad, even though it's really only like Ryuma. Like that's only like really the only Wano card we're playing like does anything. But for some reason this deck works and I like it. I wanted to play Perona back in OP06 when she came out, but it really wasn't the playstyle for me. But I think this one is more towards what I like to do. So enjoy this deck a lot and looking forward to playing it in OP07. But anyways, you guys have a great day. I'm gonna head out of here. Peace.